very important, and I think there has been some research, maybe by Britt-Marie, about, you know, what we want in the process to come to the decision point, because to me there is a system for decisions based on representative democracy, but we want that the decisions should be well-informed decisions, and we want all the arguments, all the perspectives on a certain issue on the table before there is a decision. And I think there are research that when you gradually increase the field of actors, people giving their perspective, at a certain moment you reach maturity. If you have 50 different perspectives, if you increase to 100, you won't get so much more. So we have to take the time and take the amount of perspectives and try to get them in different ways, so they will provide all type of arguments that could have some relevance for the quality of the decision. I think that is a key point.
I think we are back on your first cartoon, nos participants et profitants. Is important, isn't there a risk in this question of, well, good with participation, but there is still a democratic representative process?
Well, for me, statistical representativity is not the baseline. Actually, I very much agree with what was said. It is necessary to take into account all knowledge, interests, and values which are involved in the process. So, some groups may be concerning if they prevent other groups to express their knowledge, values, and interests. But if the process is fair, it shouldn't occur. Actually, we work on this issue of relation between participation and decision making. So the baseline is that there is an obligation to take seriously what the output of the participatory exercise, and to so to say justify the decision according to the result of the participatory process, which is one way we can deal with that. But at the end of the day, it is up to the legitimate actor to take the decision at the end of the process. So, the cartoon actually it's an extract from the paper. It's funny, from the paper by Sheryl Arnstein, and actually it was in Paris in '68. So it's kind of it's very situated politically. It's a kind of situationist movement where they were very much against participation, which was promoted at the time by Charles de Gaulle and this type of government.
Yeah, just a question. You know, in all the nuclear countries, we're talking about participation, deliberation, how we decide, where is the legitimacy for the decision. But few people are thinking of what happened when you have the authorization, when you have the license application. Yes. We're all talking about how we're going to do so that everybody agree, everybody can say a word, who's going to decide, and so on, for the license application. But what happened after? So in Sweden, your institution, we worked during 70 years, in France for a century. What happened? Who's going to decide when you shut a gallery, when you close a gallery? When, how, why, and who? Who decides you close the installation? Nobody's talking about this. How the citizen, the stakeholders can say a word during the life of the expedition? That's the main issue, and that's other question we have to answer. And why don't we try to answer to this question now?
Well, let's do it.
No, but I think this because when in France we talk about reversibility, we know that's not only retrievability, but that's the process of democracy after and during the lifetime of the repository. That's the main question, and we don't have the answer. We would like to see everybody participating to this reflection. I'm very happy that the NEA and Mr. Pescatore, which is present today, is is working on these questions, because they are as important as to know who is going to do, how is going to make the decision today.
Thank you. Could
So,
we?
just one word.
Yes,
In
sir.
France, the law already, the law we voted in 2006, decided that the installation we're going to make has to be reversible, which means retrievable, during a century. And it will be a law who decide when we close the repository. This decision are already made in the law. But what happened between the opening and between the closing of the installation, that's the main question.
That's very great, because we have to round up now. I guess some of you are hungry, and the panel is. I have been working the panel for an hour now, almost, more or less. So could we just, considering this question of what happens in between time, a roundup? I think I could give you 1 minute each, actually, which is what I have. This is less than what I have given some of the panel speakers. And to round up the discussion, and I think we could start in the order that we began with.